All right. Terence Crawford in the long-awaited announcement that he will be fighting Kavaliauskas, the Green Machine, next. Terence Crawford says he's dangerous. He has nothing to lose. And yeah, obviously he has nothing to lose because he got no chance to win. It's another mismatch, and this is getting tired. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel, subscribers. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe, hit the bell icon, and want to say thank you to my two incredibly important communities, the live stream community that comes by and supports the live streams Monday through Friday at around 11:15 a.m. Central Standard Time, and OG Boxing Talk with myself, my co-host Kurt Sugar, KQKC Boxing, and Blood Boxing, every Sunday morning, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. And thank you so much to all the patrons that support on the Patreon community. You guys are essential to the survival and the success of this channel. Thank you very much. Now, man, Terence Crawford is going to fight Kavaliauskas. Now, I've thought this fight was going to happen for the last two fights, pretty much from the time that Terence Crawford won his 147-pound belt against Jeff Horn. I thought, okay, when is he going to fight Kavaliauskas? And it's not because Igas is this incredibly great fighter or, anything like that. It's because he's with Top Rank. The question for me was, when is he going to fight? When is he going to fight Kavaliauskas? When is he going to fight Green Machine? And when is he going to fight? When is he going to fight Alexander Busputin, right? Because if you go up and down the Top Rank, roster, go to their website, go through their roster, you can see who it is that they have signed for that in that weight class. And because it's Top Rank, that the champion is going to find a way to fight all the people in the Top Rank stable, because that's how they do. They have a lot of in-house fights at Top Rank. So no surprise here whatsoever. Now, Terence Crawford, I thought was funny because Terence Crawford said, hey, Igas is dangerous. He's got nothing to lose. And my thought is, of course, yeah, he's got nothing to lose, but he also has damn near no chance to win. Okay. Now, it's a mandatory challenger. It's a mandatory title defense for Terence Crawford. And you have those, right? So, if you got to do it, I guess you could say get it done sooner than later. However, this is it, man. This is it. Like the Michael Jackson, like before Michael Jackson passed away, that concert. Yeah, this is it. This is it. Okay. Terence Crawford is still yet to fight. Terence Crawford, this is his fourth fight in the welterweight division. Fourth fight. One, he won a championship against Jeff Horn. The second one, he had a title defense against Jose Benavidez. And then the third, he had another title defense against Amir Khan, and now he's fighting Kavaliauskas. Okay, that's 4 fights. 4 easy wins, on paper wins. 4 fights against 4 guys that would not beat any of the other welterweight champions. 4 fights against guys that cannot be considered amongst the top 10 welterweights in the division. Get Kavaliauskas out of the way. When Terence Crawford gets Kavaliauskas out of the way, it is then time to just, come on, man. You got to fight somebody. You got to fight either Sean Porter. You got to fight Yordenis Ugas. I mean, man, at this point in time, dude, I would take an Omar Figueroa. I know Omar Figueroa lost to Yordenis Ugas, but I would take Omar Figueroa over everybody that Terence Crawford has fought at 147 pounds. Now, I've been on this preaching mission for a couple of weeks now, but now things have changed after the Errol Spence and Sean Porter fight in a way now that I believe we gotta push for Terence Crawford to fight somebody. Errol Spence Jr. was in a car accident. Thank goodness that he made it out of the car accident most reports are, or all the reports that I know of say that he was not seriously injured. He didn't break any bones. He has some laceration on his face. He might have had some damage to his teeth, but it's not something that is going to keep Errol Spence Jr. out of the ring permanently. But I would have to suspect just the trauma around the circumstance, the fact that you have cuts on your face, and in boxing, you got to give your cuts on your face a chance to heal, right? Especially if they're over the eyes. Now, if they're over here, if they're, on his chin or like up on his, even if it's on his forehead and around his eyes, he's got to have a chance to have those stitched up, have those heal. And he probably won't even be able to work out during those times, all that type of stuff. So I would suspect that the fight that he has with Danny Garcia is probably going to get pushed back until might be pushed back to the middle of the year. And if it is pushed back that long, Errol Spence Jr. might just do a tune-up fight since he took a significant break. That pushes that Terence Crawford fight back even further. So you can say, and I do believe that is not Terence Crawford's fault. And I understand people wanting to see the Errol Spence Jr. Terence Crawford fight. But at this point in time, especially with that, considering that with Errol Spence, what is Terence Crawford going to do during that time? Just continue to fight people that have no chance to win? Continue to fight people in fights that people are not interested in? I'm not interested in Terence Crawford versus Igis Kavaliauskas. I mean, I'm going to watch the fight, but I'm going to watch the fight to see when it is that Terence Crawford is going to beat this guy. If I'm watching Terence Crawford versus Sean Porter, I'm wondering what the outcome of the fight is going to be. If he fights if it's Terence Crawford or Denis Ugas, I'm wondering what the outcome of the fight's going to be. I would lean towards Terence Crawford in both of those fights, but I wouldn't be surprised if I woke up the next morning, if for some reason I hadn't seen the fight and I found out that Terence Crawford didn't beat those guys, or Terence Crawford won in a very close war that went the distance. Those are the type of fights I think that make somebody the top welterweight. As of right now, there are a lot of people that make the argument that Terence Crawford is the number one or number two welterweight, and consequently, we need to see Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford because that's the number one welterweight and the number two welterweight. Well, with Errol Spence Jr., I think Errol Spence Jr. has proven that he's the best welterweight. At the very least, he's the number two welterweight. I don't really see a strong argument for anybody else, but let's just say, hey, he's number two. There's no real argument for Terence Crawford being the number one because Terence Crawford has not done anything or fought anybody significant at 147 pounds. All of the top fighters have fought better competition at 147 than Terence Crawford has. So after this Igis Kavaliauskas thing is done, look, man, let's not fake the funk anymore, man. You can only coast so far on what people think of your skill set at a particular weight class. Terence Crawford has been a welterweight for a year and a half, right? He's been, yes, and I hear this consistently when I make this argument that Terence Crawford needs to fight Sean Porter. Terence Crawford needs to fight Denis Ugas. I constantly hear people say, well, how long has Terence Crawford been at the welterweight division? Well, after this fight, he will be on his fifth fight at the welterweight division. The fifth fight. You can't say a guy that has won the belt, has made 3 successful title defenses is new to the welterweight division. That it's not time for them to step up. And that's another thing. And I'm going to talk about this on this Alexander Usyk becoming the WBO mandatory thing. That's one of the reasons why I'm not a fan at all of the WBO. And I'm not a fan at all of the WBO's rule that allows somebody from the weight class below to automatically become a mandatory for the weight class up. Because these guys are becoming champions or getting shots at titles with fighting absolutely nobody in the weight division. They move with that rule that the WBO has. It allows people like Usyk to move up and immediately be eligible to fight for a championship when he has fought no top 10 fighters, nobody of any merit in the welterweight division, but yet he can be a champion. That is a bogus rule. It was a bogus rule for Usyk. It's a bogus rule for Terence Crawford. But whatever the case is, this is the last one, people. Drink more water. This is the last one. Woolbag, this is the last one. Okay. My loyal Terence Crawford fans who subscribe to the channel, this is the last one, man. Enough is enough. He gets past Ugas, he got to fight somebody. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.